Hey guys, I've got one more video for Cardfight Vanguard BT10. This is going to be finally an update to my Orfist deck for Cardfight Vanguard. This is the updated deck from BT10 and the last one until the major update the deck is going to get in 12, which is a major update for it, as it'll be the star of the whole set. So yeah, this is going to be kind of what the deck will look like until then, and not only is it going to be the star of its own booster set, it's also going to get a deck set as well. So yeah, I figured with Orfist getting all this focus now, as it's kind of been promoted to the main antagonist deck, sort of the series. So I figured since it's getting all this attention now, I might as well finally do the update for the deck. Yeah, this is with the updated main Vanguard for the Orfist deck from the Festival Collection from last year. This is Orfist Regis as the main Vanguard. However, he too will soon be replaced as the main Vanguard by Orfist Mask. But either way, we'll get into the deck. Of course, we'll start off with the ride deck. This is going to be Cardinal Fang Fovi. This is the basic Overdress starter. I don't think I really have to mention anything with them. This is Cardinal Noid Rotus. He has the effect of, when this is placed on Vanguard, search your deck for up to one world card, reveal it and put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. I'll go over what world cards are soon, since it's, been a while since we've had this deck on the channel. And it's got a rearguard effect, but since it's never going to be on the rearguard, I'm not going to bother with that. We have Cardinal Noid Cubizia. Now, people use another grade 2 for the ride deck called Combine Rusher. I don't really have that yet. However, in the deck set for Orfist, it is getting a reprint. So more than likely, once that is out, I'll be replacing that. I'll be replacing Cubizia with that. But either way, Cubizia's effect is, when a world order is put in your order zone, choose one of your units and it gets an extra 5k power for the turn. It's not much, but hey, I guess it's kind of there to balance out how good he is. Of course, the main grade 3 for the deck for right now is Cardinal Dominus Orfist Regis. He has the first effect of, when this unit is placed on Vanguard, choose up to one world from your hand or drop, put it into your order zone. This is great as it does not add to your order count per turn. You only get to play one order per turn. However, since you're using an effect to play the order, it doesn't count. And its other effect is, when this unit attacks, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, you can blast 1, discard a card from your hand. And for every 2 world cards in your order zone, you can call up to 1 Shadow Army token to your rear guard. And this unit gets an extra 5,000 power until the end of turn. And if there are 4 or more order cards, it gets an extra 1,000. So with the new Orfist, it lets you multi-attack, which is pretty nice, and it's something Orfist had access to before, but it wasn't exactly reliable. But with the effect on the main Vanguard now, it is way more reliable to pull off multi-attacks with this deck. Of course, to start off with the main deck, we've got 3 more of the regular... Wait, no. Not 3 more of the regular. 3 more of Orfist Regis. Probably one of the best support cards Orfist got. This is Cardinal Dragon Nuvoria. He's a great card. He really should have been a triple rare in my opinion. His first effect is, when this unit attacks, this unit gets an extra 2,000 power until the end of turn for each world in your order zone. So if you have 1, it gets 2. If you have 2, it gets 4, and so on and so forth. And then its other effect is, which is very, very good, When this unit is retired from rearguard circle, meaning by any of your effects or by placing a token or a Shadow Army token over it, you get to do this effect. If your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, you may call a Shadow Army token. So if you call a Shadow Army token over him, he will be retired, and then you'll get to call another Shadow Army token. This again allows for way more multi-attacks, and it's probably Regis, because of that, is probably one of the best multi-attack decks right now, because not only are those attacks powerful, you can generate a lot of them if you get your setup right. Onto the first of the order cards. We have Overcoming an Eternity. You can play this by Soul Blasting 2, and then in the order zone it has the effect of, if your order zone only has world cards, the following effects are active according to the number of cards in your order zone. 1, your world becomes Dark Knight. 2 cards, your world becomes Abyssal Dark Knight, and then its personal effect. When your Shadow Army token is placed, that placed unit gets an extra 5,000 power. Now, the Shadow Army tokens have a base of 15, so if you have 1 Overcoming an Eternity out, you'll get an extra 5. However, if you have multiple out, that effect of giving 5,000 power stacks. So if you have a maximum of your 4 out, you give your Shadow Army tokens an extra 2,000 power, which is absolutely incredible, especially with its own 15 base as it is. Onto the grade 2s, we've got a brand new card, which is very good. This is the cycle card for Brantgate. This is Sickle Blade of Inquest, Habitable Zone. When this unit is discarded from hand during your ride phase, you Soul Blast 1 and put a card on the bottom of your deck. No, wait, put this card on the bottom of your deck and then draw a card. So if you discard this for your ride phase, you Soul Blast, put them back in your deck, and then you draw a card, essentially refunding the cost to use your ride deck, which is pretty cool. And then its own personal effect, as the first effect is one all the cycle cards have, but its own personal effect is, when this unit is placed on rearguard, if you Persona Road that turn, you Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 set order card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Until the end of turn, you may play up to a total of 2 order cards, and place the next set order without paying its cost, which is incredible. This is an amazing card. It is probably the best or second best cycle card that they introduced in set 10. So yeah, that's probably why he is so much money. But either way, he's very good. Another one of the new cards Orfist got in set 10. This is Cardinaloid Grunder. It has the effect of, when this unit is placed on rearguard from hand, if your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, you may look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If you do, choose up to 2 world orders from among them, discard them, and then you shuffle your deck. Now, that might seem bad at first, but it helps cycle your deck, and it will help supply Orfist Regis' effect, as he can play world orders from the drop zone. And then it has the other effect of, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, you can retire this unit. Choose a world order from your drop and put it to your hand. So you can use that second effect to get back one of the world orders you discarded. Now, originally, I honestly thought this was a terrible card, but it is actually very good, especially with how you want to play Orfist right now. Now, we almost know next to nothing about what Orfist Max does. Not Orfist Max, Orfist Mask does. We really only have a picture of it, but next week's episode for the Overdress anime will feature Orfist Mask and probably a bunch of other support cards that it will get in 12. So soon we will see what shape the deck takes going forward. However, we won't get that until much later in October, and for Canada, the BCS event is in September, so if you're taking Orfist, this is probably how you're going to take it for the moment. Another one of the world orders, this is Howling Moonlit Night. This was the first order card we got. You can play this by Soul Blasting 1. When this card is put into your order zone, you draw a card, and then it has all of the other effects of the world orders, which is if you have one or more of them, your world becomes Dark Knight. If you have two or more, it becomes Abyssal Dark Knight. Oh, and I can't remember if I got this effect wrong. For Overcoming an Eternity, use Soul Blast 2. Just in case I got that wrong, I figured I should probably put that out there. Onto the final order card. This is probably one of the best ones. However, we're only playing 2 of it now, as honestly, the draw one is more important at the moment because, well, with the draw one, this is essentially 4 less spaces in your deck. So it's kind of a way to thin your deck out. Anyway, on to Eclipsed Moonlight. You can play this by counterblasting 1. When this card is put into your order zone, you call a Shadow Army token. Nice and simple, and then it has the rest of the world order effects. Probably the only proper grade 1 in the whole deck. This is Detonation Mutant Bulbamine. He is back in the deck after being out of it for quite a while. His only effect is, at the end of the battle that this unit boosted, if your order zone has a set order card, which it will, you put this unit into your soul and you soul charge 1. It gives you 2 resources, and that is very good. And that is why he is probably one of the most expensive double rares in the base set for Overdress. However, much like a lot of the Orfist stuff, he is getting reprinted in the Orfist deck set. So, and I think he's also gotten another reprint already. So he shouldn't be too hard to find, especially if you had him already, as he's such a staple for Brantgate decks. If you play Brantgate decks, more than likely you have him. Of course, to round out the deck, we've got all the cards that you would normally play in a deck. We've got the 4 Perfect Guards. Again, for the ratios, you want 3 of this Perfect Guard, 1 of the Elementaris Sanctitude, 3 of the non-effect crits, 4 of the effect ones, 4 non-effect heals, 4 of the effect draws. However, you can play the fronts if you want. With how much draw power, or well, since, well, these are essentially draw triggers as well. But if you need the pieces, I do recommend the draws. But you can play the fronts as well, or even 2 fronts, 2 draws. There you go. That way you can get both. And of course, the final card, well, technically not the final card for this deck. This is the Brantgate Overtrigger. Now, I don't think we've had Brantgate on the channel for a while, so I'll go over what the Brantgate Overtrigger does, and that is you double the power and critical of all of your front row units until the end of the turn. That is the additional effect the Overtrigger of Brantgate gives you, as the base effect of the Overtriggers are you give one of your units 100 million power, you draw a card, and you get to, or no, you don't get to heal. I'm thinking of the Stoicheia Overtrigger, but you do get the draw, and you do get to give one of your units 100 million power. There you go. And of course, the final card of the deck is the Shadow Army tokens. Now, they don't have an effect, but they are grade 1, and that is kind of why there's not many grade 1s in the main deck. These are your grade 1s. They've got boost, so that's good. Voice crack there, which is kind of a surprise. Shadow Army. It has, of course, a power of 15,000, which is great. And it is a token unit, meaning it is outside the main deck. And that is that. I hope you enjoyed this update to my Orfist deck.